Mississippi, W256BL and 99.1 FM, Richmond, Mississippi. National Service elevated at 5548 I-55 South Road, Cairo is your family friendly and free professional estimates on all repairs. Richard's Tire Auto Service has certified technicians that specialize in front and four-wheel drive vehicles. For a quick estimate or an appointment, call Richard or Josh 601-371-3175. Good morning. Good morning.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's see if we can mess this up real quick. Yes, sir. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Tim? Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? All right. Well, that ain't gonna be good if it's faint. What about now? Hold on a second. All right. What about now? All right. Let's see what's going on here. Testing 1, 2, 3. Good morning, Mr. Henderson.
Good morning, Mr.
I am wonderfully well. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning, Ms. Jackson.
Good morning, Mr. Jones.
You sound mighty weak. That's what happens when you're not on time. Mr. Henderson?
I was on time.
You was on
According
time?
to Chiii Jackson's time. Good morning, Mr. Jones.
All right, good morning. Welcome to WFQY 978 MWFQY 99.1. I'm talking about we're trying to do something here new in the city when we're going to school. Everybody learning. Mr. Henderson, introduce yourself, and I know you're on a tight schedule. So we're gonna go ahead. Now let me ask you this, if you will, come off your earpiece, because it's gonna be a lot of feedback. I got some I can't control, but it's hard to do radio, and I don't want to get you in trouble with the law. But introduce yourself, if you will, and let us know when you get to your destination.
Yes, Mr. Jones. I am Tim Henderson, Kansas Mayor, Jackson, Mississippi.
All right. Some of the things that concern you, first of all, what gave you or inspired you to run for this top office?
Difference in the lives of the because of people that are serving, and we can do that. People deserve.
All right. What are some of the things that concern you? Just give us a list of that. And again, when you arrive on at your destination, let us know, and we're gonna release you.
Yes, there are things that we will be working on. We got to be careful over the next several months. One, we got to be right. We're going to hold people accountable. We're going to get done what we need to get done. But there's a stimulus now. But also, we don't want to give them today. But we're not doing that now. We're going to hold young people accountable, old people accountable, whoever they are. Because there's a lot going on in this city, and I want them to feel safe. Number two, we're going to bring jobs back to the city. There's a lot, there's a wealth of opportunity that's going on around us that in Jackson deserves help. And the people in Jackson deserve help. We're going to be fighting and working to bring jobs, and we're going to clean the city up. We're going to clean this city up. There's a lot that people look at, people deserve to be proud of where they live, work, and play. So we're going to be really working to clean the city up, get trash off the street. We're already working on some efforts to begin to address the population of folks that may not have a place to live. And so there's those at the top of my list.
Ms. Jackson, you and Mr. Henderson both have a military background. Talk about the military structure and training and how that model would help.
Definitely with the military, basically it kind of builds your self-respect, discipline. It shows you how to basically have a format, have a structure, how to be able to put things in place and implement it, and put the right leadership and the right people in place. So that's one of the many things that military actually does, offers you that.
Okay. All right. And again, Mr. Anderson, if you will, when you get to your destination, let us know. We certainly don't want you to be delayed with respect to that. As you travel around the city and talk to the citizens, and I know one of the things we want to talk about, certainly before you leave, is the fact that you got a town hall coming up. Now, I'm an old man. I hadn't heard of elected officials holding town halls. So, if you will, talk about some of the things that you see and why you're getting ready to hold a town hall in Jackson.
Yes, the town hall is Thursday, June 27th, at Emmanuel Baptist Church. Emmanuel Baptist Church, 1101 Temple Road. It's a town hall listening session. I want to be very clear on the listening session. It's a listening session because people are not being heard. All too often, we have people that are listening to audio, and they tell you what they're going to do without hearing what you need. My objective is going to be to hear what the people need and to make sure that people know that I'm listening. And so this is very important. One of the things I learned in leadership in the military. Take the time to listen to your people. And to represent this constituency, they need to know that they can be heard and that their leadership is listening. And we're going to first town hall again, June 27th, June 27th, 6 p.m. Emmanuel Missionary Baptist Church, 1109 Cooper Road. June 27th, 6 p.m. Emmanuel Missionary Baptist Church, 1109 Cooper Road. And I want to hear from the people. I want to hear what their concerns are, and I want to know and understand the gravity of the issues and the challenges that people are facing day to day. So come out and meet the candidates, come out and meet them, come out and talk to me. I want to talk to you. This is a listening session again. People are told me, people know what's wrong. I challenge you that people do not know what's wrong. You think they know, but they don't know. You think they're listening. They're not listening. I'm here to listen, and I want to hear you talk. Please come out and join me June 27th, 6 p.m. Emmanuel Missionary Baptist Church, 1109 Cooper Road.
And Mr. Henderson, is there a website or anywhere they can actually go to get them to obtain this information for our listeners that may be driving as yourself? Is there a contact number?
Yes, our contact number in the office. We have an office in the medical hall. The Jackson Medical Hall across the street. We have an office. So it's 235-8961. I repeat this again. Our contact number is 235-8961.
And do you have stuff for those that may have kids? They can actually bring the kids with them, because we want a big turnout. We want people to know that this is a listening town hall meeting. We want a big turnout. We have no excuses of why they can't come and bring the kids to kind of just sit down and inform.
This is a family friendly campaign. We expect kids.
Well, now you hear it. Now everyone knows. Bring your kids. There's no excuse. Right. Let's come together.
Mm-hmm. I mean, trust me, we understand that people are working. Mm-hmm. Certainly if they, if they juggle their schedule to make it out on a Thursday afternoon, we're gonna make, whatever needs to take place. So we are used to church with cheering and babies or whatever. Those are them. And certainly those are the people that we really want to reach out to. So yes, ma'am.
And I'm definitely gonna clear my schedule to be there. Yes, I am. Chiii Jackson's gonna clear her schedule to make sure to be there. Anything that I can do to help you out, Mr. Henderson, I am on board. Again, yes, because we are the people. We need to come together, and definitely here in the Jackson, Mississippi area. I mean, we can go to concerts, blues festivals, and everything else to support each other. That's why I asked about the kids. Hot dogs, hamburgers. I'll even try to cook, be on the grill. Even though I can't cook. So, Mr. Henderson, we definitely gonna be supporting you, sir.
My goal is family community by community, neighborhood by neighborhood. We've got to change the culture. So please, everything we're going to talk about is
And those that need a ride, is it transportation access? Is it transportation available?
we're still in the beginning phase.
Well, guess what? I will even step forward with my company. Those that actually is listening to the sound of the voice today, I even will pick up the first 5 families that have kids and want to bring the kids out. You can contact me at 769-229-3316.
Man.
Anytime. Only good as our leadership, we got to come together. The first 5 now.
No, that's slow. But you're only good as what?
You're only good as your leadership. And we got a good leader on the phone, on this interview today.
Mr. Henderson, we might have Tim, talk about some of the things that you have learned since you've been campaigning. Because I've been doing this work for a long time. You and I both we talk about the different things that we know now, the things that we found out that help us to better understand why our communities are in the conditions that they are in. Just talk about some of the things that you thought you may have known, but now you found out that it's something different why our communities are in the conditions that they are in.
Well, I have a lot of conversations with people, and I've been listening to people, right? And I've been listening to the heart of people. And our communities are where they are. Primarily, we're going to be real about it. Let's just be honest and be real about what it is. And the community, we want to take a
Say it one more time, back it up. Mr. Henderson, back it up and go a little bit slow for it.
Hold on.
Repeat.
She wants you to repeat that.
Let's keep it real. And why is that?
Go ahead. What's coming?
If we know exactly what we know, people and it's we're going to figure that out in the past. I want to believe that the challenges that we're seeing with the death and destruction in the city, we ain't gonna get rid of the right spirit.
Mm-hmm. And this is one of the things that I am really passionate and love about is that people don't understand that in the new age is what I call it, that we have to go back to the old school, you coming out of your closets and you praying and you actually bringing people together. Because one of the things I believe, we are our brothers and our sisters keepers. And that a lot of us that we have, like you said, we walked away from God, we walked away from our higher power, we forgot about that it takes a community, to actually to make a change. Because how are we going to make that change if we're not trying to step up and step out? And not only that, the youth is our connection. So again, you said Thursday the 22nd?
It's the 27th,
June 27th.
Yes, ma'am. The reason is because through that whole community, everything that we know as a community has always been our reliance on God.
Okay.
God lives in everything that I do. And like you said, we can no longer sit on the side. We take up our own. And we want to be on the right side. We want to be making an impact. Well, let's make an impact. Let's be guided by the only thing we know to be true.
And those of us that's on CP time, because we're running out of time this morning, because I know I kind of struggle with time management. So again, Mr. Henderson, what time do we need to be there? For those of us that's like me, we need to get the whole 30 minutes early to set up.
6 p.m. We're going to start talking at 6 p.m. and let's go around June 27th.
And let's be there. Of course, I'll be there at 4:30. Those that need rides, again, you can reach me at 769-229-3316, or just send me a text and just let me know what day you're actually coming. And so we go ahead and have MC Hamilton turn this thing out. Mr. Henderson, any last comments?
And that's all I have. Thank you so much. And I appreciate your willingness to support the community and getting people out so we can hear what the citizens have to say.
Hang up, Mayor Henderson. When you hang up, that'll take care of that. We're gonna keep it rolling here. Okay, thank you so much. All right. Well, look, Chiii, again, and hats off to you. It is absolutely awesome time. Phone number 601-899-2327. Again, 601-899-2327. I think what we're going to find out, Ms. Jackson, is what can happen when people come together. And again, this campaign is going to be critical. It's going to be, it's going to be one or two campaigns. The presidential campaign is going to be critical and crucial. But what I found out is you got people that's banking. They are banking that the people will not turn out in this election. So, they believe that the Black community has become so disgruntled, if you will, that they will not participate and engage. And then Dr. Martin Luther King said it, Ms. Jackson. He said that you got a group of people that they're blocking the vote, they're preventing them from voting. But then you got another group of people that just don't believe that they have a reason to cast their vote, right? So that's what we want to do. We want to change that. The energy around this young man is like none that I've seen in a long time. And I think he is going to give people a reason to come out, participate, to get back involved in their electoral process. We're believing that this city election is going to mirror what happened with the county. And that is the fact that people came out and voted and sent career politicians to the House.
If Georgia can go from the state of Georgia, if the state of Georgia can go from one color to another,
from red to blue.
If Georgia can do it, then why can't the city of Jackson and the surrounding areas do the same thing? Why can't we, the people, step up? See, the thing is, there's no more excuses.
Okay.
Because racism, regardless of what you man,
what you mean? What kind of racism?
All types of racism is still prominent. alive and well, and steroids was grinning in our face with a Red Bull.
I often remind people, Ms. Jackson, when you talk about racism, when you talk about what our Caucasian sisters and brothers are doing, I remind them to go back and look at some of the old movies or pictures where when our people were brought over here shot and unloaded like cattle off the boats. Most of them had, especially the men, had yokes on like animals. They had chains and shackles on. That's how most of our people entered this country, right?
And some of us mentally are still.
Hold on now, don't get too fast.
Okay.
That's how we entered this country. And then look at the black man today. Now, if you've seen an African-American man walking around with shackles, and I'm talking about all of those but the ones been arrested, right?
Yes.
Which is a whole nother conversation. But most of us now are free to dress like we want to dress. Okay, we're free to drive what we want to drive.
Sure.
All right. Eat, dine where we want to dine. So now racism, if you're going to raise it to the top of why our communities look like it looks, go back, take me back to getting off that boat. So racism did not keep our people, Ms. Jackson, from progress.
Well, let me explain why I say that. When we got off that boat, a lot of people that got off that boat, their mind was still there on that boat, mentally.
Okay. Well, now, hold on.
But I mean, because among even a lot of African Americans, because of the different shades, just versions of who we are, mentally, from a mental perspective, even a spiritual perspective, they're still, they are a slave in their mind. They never got off the boat. They never changed. They never tried to advance. I know it might be.
Now you're skipping some history. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. You fill in the history.
Okay. All right. Go back now.
Yes.
You change shackles and you got a rope on. And I saw a picture, Ms. Jackson, where they actually had like the bells, the jingle bells. People don't understand that, but it was a thing that they put around the man's neck, right? So if he wanted to run or leave the plantation, they would have a hard time finding him because every time he moved, those bells was going to ring. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
All right. And then you tell me that they still enslaved even now, hold on. We're talking about today.
Yes.
They're still enslaved.
In their mind.
But now, when they got off the boat, even on the plantation, Ms. Jackson, a lot of people, not all of them, but a lot of people always had a mindset to do what? Get off the plantation, right? They got up and workshop. They went to the fields. They did what they did, but every day while they was hoeing them fields, Miss Jackson, because the reason I talk about this, I was in one of them. I was in the field. And as you work, cultivating this soil, your mind was always on, I'm going to get away from here. You understand? I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to get out of here. But we sitting here today in the African-American community, when you look at the black male, help me to understand how racism and suppression is keeping him from navigating today. When he's free to get up and go do something other than what? Deal drugs. He's free to get up and go do something other. Now, Ms. Jackson, before the pandemic, we also had a lot of challenges.
We did.
But what business do you go to from Monday through Friday and you don't see a sign of help wanted? I'm asking.
Okay, let me go back. I'm gonna break it back down and to really elaborate on what I meant by that.
Okay.
Okay, from a mental perspective, wherever the mind is, the body will follow. Now, a lot of the new generational people, young folks, not doing your time, because if it wasn't for your generation, we're living off those that actually did all the work. You guys paved the way for us, even for me. But the young people of the new generation, the new millennium that are coming up, because everything is technology savvy. Everything they want it when they want it.
Why is that though? Is that in all cultures? Now, I see on TV where they get ready to put the bulletins up to say that the internet, social media is bad for children, right?
Yes.
But are all of the cultures having this problem? Because keep in mind, Scott, you got some Asian people. What's going on with their reading and math? They're at the top of the game, right?
Yes.
Okay. So now you got some other groups, they doing okay. But when you come over and look at our children and the prescription pad is out, right? Because they got ADD, TTT, KPT, and majority of what they got, Ms. Jackson, is the fact that we as a people, a group of people, have removed standards.
Yes, we have.
Okay, principles.
Yes.
Accountability. And I wish the show was longer because I got some more things, right? But let's just start with them. All right, go ahead.
So again, a lot of the things, whatever, you have to think of from a mental perspective. That's where my mind is at.
Okay.
Whatever, Brene Brown always said that we're in the trenches. We're in a mental fight day and night. If your mind is not there, how can you can preach and you can teach all day long, but if the youth and the young adults' mindset, their concept, their mind is not there, if they haven't been through anything and don't understand what it is to till the soil, they don't know what it is to get out and to work hard and to have a living where everything is not about drugs and about, plugging yourself up with all these injections and Botox and all that. And that's another show, but it's all about this physical. We have to look at the mindset. There's so many people that are depressed. They're mentally messed up. They're gone. But again, your generation has paved the way. If we don't do anything about this youth and the young adults that want to get up, women quit taking care of men that want to sit home and reverse. A lot of the concept what a man's supposed to be a man, a lot of the roles have been taken, have been swapped out. You want to talk about those that's on the government system and people like us out working, you're getting $1,000 a month of food stamps if you're not selling them. But then you got people that's actually working. If you make $1 over budget, they tell you making too much. So there's a lot of things we have to go back to the youth. We have to go back. That's why I say that mentally, some of these people did not get off the boat. Mom and them, grandmom and them, big mom and them, it all goes back to the beginning. It's all about how they was raised, their environments. And mentally, they are distraught because they don't understand. If you haven't went through anything, how can you tell somebody something?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to the Chiii and Chiii. I'm talking about it. We're getting interested up in here. We figure out how to push these buttons. It's going to be all and running. Look, let's go back to a little station break where you are fighting the temptation. He still loves you.
Hey everyone, this is Chiii from the Babvein brand, and yes, the Babvein brand and Babvein House LLC. You can ask your door if you have any questions. As you can see, we are back for the 2024, and here started up the studio ourselves with Sherry Jones. We have started a new studio up and just getting everything together. And so we want to talk about what's right and what's going on. So you don't know what God has for you until you believe in yourself and believe in things that are going on. All the hard work and all that stuff is paying off. So we want to thank God for not only that, but those that have believed and supported in Babvein House and have supported the Babvein Corporation. I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you because we got the people.
Adele,
Yes, sir.
good morning.
Yes, morning. How are you?
I'm over here in school. I tell you, I'm a little student. And I'm trying to figure it out and trying to work it out.
I think it's well. Always on point.
Yes, ma'am. Introduce yourself, and certainly we thank you for the literacy hour here on our brand new radio and station. And we got a young lady in Miss Shot Jackson this morning. She was on the women pass, but we're about to get it figured out. But if you will introduce yourself to our listeners and maybe listening in this second block of what we are doing Tuesday
Absolutely. Dr. Control Liddell, a founder and CEO of Taking is a president of works really hard to connect donors and support with students who are struggling academically. We just believe that kids who need help should not have to pay for extra help, and especially when they're doing what they're supposed to do, attending school and being attentive in classes and trying to learn. So we're out here working really hard to enhance literacy because we believe that studies will mitigate these health disparities that are about this point on the literacy act.
And so give us a little bit of update for those that just locking in. And, I just, when you're on the air, I learn things. But just talk to us, run over your bullet points from this morning.
Absolutely. One of the main bullet points I shared this morning has to do with Mississippi receiving its highest education ranking, Mr. Jones. We have received the highest education ranking yet in the national report. Corey commented about it, but that report was the NEKB Foundation report. And the name of it is Kids Count. We all need to know about this. And that's the power of literacy. We share information that perhaps does not know about. So the NEKB Foundation Kids Count data book, and it shows where Mississippi now ranks 30th in education compared to all the states in the United States. And so this morning I talked about where we come from, how far we've come. We were 39th in 2022, 32nd in 2023, and now we're in 30th. So I came from the perspective this morning of why have we slowed down the momentum? It was like 22, 23, we jumped to 39. That's a big leap in this whole space. And then from 2023 to 2024, we had to move by two. But we got companies coming into the state and in education and business and law and medicine, all of that. And you tell me that we can't get out of 30. So that was one of the biggest points I talked about this morning. Then, of course, this morning was Financial Literacy Tuesday. And Thursday, we speak about concepts to do with financial literacy. So we tied that back to our financial literacy, our economic well-being. And what that NEKC report found was that not only do we now rank 30th in education, but Mr. Johnson, we still rank 50th in economic well-being. Now, 50th out of every other state in this country. So I began this morning to explore some of the reasons why we rank 50th. I feel that, sir.
Well, young lady, you're so timely with your assessment. I was in a neighborhood association meeting in Southeast Jackson. And Dr. Liddell, my question was, I'm gonna just use this and I'm gonna let you go, because I always appreciate your time. But I asked the people in South Jackson and McDowell Road, which we see businesses closing down. It looks like a third world country. That when the legislature went into session this year, after they went into session, which I never heard of it before, they called for a special session within the regular session. And they talked about economic development in North Mississippi with a battery plant. And then they called for a second special session for the Amazon expansion. So my question is, Dr. Liddell, especially at the end of the session, let me say it like this. They went on to talk about the new alcohol warehouse in Jackson. Mm-hmm. And the fact that this warehouse started out being a $40 million project. Wow. And now it has elevated to an $80 million project. So my question was, Ms. Jackson and Dr. Liddell and listeners was, is it possible now, this is just me, is it possible that the community in South Jackson can request that this project, which is what, an $80 million project, right?
That's right.
Is it possible that this community can ask for that project to be put in their community? Now, let me say why. When you look at the African American community, even through the pandemic, when all of the businesses were shut down, including some churches, one of the businesses that they did not shut down was what? The liquor store.
Liquor store.
Wow. I can say it's wow.
Am I right, Dr. Liddell?
You are correct, sir.
Okay, so hold on. So now if that liquor store is a business that's been proven to be sustained in the Black community, even through COVID, is it possible that the South Jackson community can request that this, stay with me on the numbers now, this $80 million project can be placed in that community? Now, if you gonna leave me with the liquor store, give me the warehouse.
At least I can work.
All right, now, I pitched that to Senator David Blunt. Oh, Ms. Jones, I think it'll be a great idea. I'm not sure that they'll do it. I ain't asked you if they'll do it. I asked you, in your capacity as senator, will you put the axe on the table? Then Councilmember Brazil said that he would be willing to write the letter. So we getting ready, Dr. Liddell, and I would like to work with you because I love your expertise and I love your ability. See, now I know when Test Taking Solution draft the document, I know what it's going to look like, Ms. Jackson.
Amen.
It's going to be professional.
Yes.
All right. And then we're going to start it from the bottom up, Dr. Liddell. And we're going to see if we can get what I shared with them is an economic engine in your community. So now if you're going to, hold on, if you're going to give me the liquor store as my economic engine, right? Then give me the warehouse. And I think Test Taking Solution can train the staff.
Yes.
And get this contract. And I know I'm out of my lane, but I just believe that. Keep in mind.
Speaking into existence.
Okay, keep in mind, you're involved in the military, you've been around the world. A warehouse is nothing but this logistics, right?
Yes.
A product come in, you break it down, and you send it back out. Now, I believe that's something that we can do in that community. And then we'll have economic engine, Dr. Liddell, other than dealing drugs. Hello, Ms. Jackson?
I'm speechless because that is so true. I am very, very speechless because, again, bringing back to the communities, bringing back Dr. Liddell, you know, with the program, I was hearing you speaking this morning about the education and how important that it is. Because one of my biggest things that I have been thinking about is that the mind is a terrible thing to waste. So instead of wasting our time on getting these tattoos, these piercings, and all these different people going under the knife and getting blocks for these different surgeries, let's put it back in the communities and get our young men and women, get them a trade skill, something that they can actually be a productive member of society.
Dr. Liddell, we yield to you.
Absolutely. I think that what you're saying is right on track. I'm glad you made the ask. And you made it of one of our greatest senators, Senator David Blunt. So someone who's not afraid to get into the fight. and fighting for things that really matter in our community. So again, the Annie Casey Foundation's report found that as far as economic well-being of our families, we rank 50th. And as I said, I offered up some additional possible reasons why. And you just hit that on the head as to what we can do to remedy the situation. Liquor stores right now, economic engines in our communities, and they shouldn't be so. Particularly the people who did it in our community. They come, they open up the store, they make the money, they even go back home where they live. Now, it's different. There are other engines coming online. Solar farms. Do you hear about that from yesterday?
Yes, ma'am, I did, but this is the issue that I have about when projects come online. Where are we at? Are we at the table?
Didn't even know they were considering a solar farm. It was my first time hearing about it. That's why I asked you, did you know about it just now?
Okay, now let's move over to broadband. I see up in Madison where they proposing to spend millions of dollars. Next 2 years, it's possible that they'll have, the broadband connections up and rolling. Billions of dollars is connected to broadband. My question to you is, were you at the table?
No, sir. So many of my colleagues who were at the table. That's again what we talked about this morning, financial literacy. We have to be in the know. When we were going to make better informed decisions. Man, we can talk about so many things of which we're supposed to know all. The DFAS, Discrimination Financial Assistance Program. I mentioned this morning that, hey, a tax webinar, it has been scheduled in association with that DFAS situation. That tax webinar is scheduled for June the 24th. That's 6 days from now. Has that word gotten out to the community? Has
No.
there been a marketing?
No, ma'am.
Conversation.
Well, Dr. Liddell, you mentioned the DFAP. Let's talk about that. I know it was a big push on the fact that we had money for Black farmers. We had the process. And I've been involved in it for a number of years, but this time I saw early on that the process did not have integrity. And I didn't participate in it because I did not want my name to be attached to the confusion and the nonsense. So now that the application has been processed, you work with a few farmers. Have they been updated? Is the check in the mail or are they direct deposited or what?
So the check is not in the mail yet, but the CFAP, of course, is a program that is somewhat run by the USDA. The very were alleged, we've gone down the road, who were found discriminated against people. Same people who were found to have discriminated against people are supposed to run the program. And so that's interesting. Yeah, they contracted it out, but guess what? They pay the contractors. Someone said again, they run the program. And they do a job, and notice I didn't qualify that job. They do a job updating folks by pushing information to the website. That website is 22007 apply.gov. 22007 apply.gov. And they share very, limited information. Right now, they're telling us what will happen next. They say the program administrators have taken the processing steps, scanning and entering data from the paper application. Now, I wish they'd use AI or something because humans can make mistakes entering stuff manually, but that's what they say they're doing. They said they reviewed every application to make sure they were signed off on and had complete information like addresses and taxpayer IDs and all of that. And then they determined eligibility and awarded a score to the application. Now, nowhere do you see the algorithm as how they scored the application. Now, when I apply for a grant, any type of federal grant, state grant, you name it, they show you the review criteria. They tell you how many points you you will get put the title on the page for double spaces. They tell you the number of points. Well, the USDA conveniently did not tell us about this scoring process. So once again, our people are left in the dark, and not just black people. I'm talking farmers of economic disadvantaged backgrounds. But of course, we make up the largest portion of that. So what's the next step? Well, the USDA got it right there on the website. They say next time you will hear from these after when final award decisions are made. They tell you right there in your face, don't look to hear from us. The next time you will hear from us is when the final award decisions are made, not the interim, not the in-between, but the final. It is final. You can't come back and tell me, thus said John. It's final. And then the checks will be mailed targeted for summer 2024. They use that word targeted on Literacy Hour, we break down stuff, because we want to be informed. And so targeted means aiming for. It doesn't mean a definite date. It's just saying we're aiming for summer 2024. The last time I checked, Father's Day was on this past Sunday. Summer is here.
I was just about to say that we already in the summertime.
They're looking for their check. It's a tax webinar. So checks probably only coming, but they want you to know, look, you got to pay taxes on this money. So we're going to put a webinar together, and you got to register for the webinar. Now, let me get off that for a moment and say what's happening in our office. Farmers have called our office and said, Dr. Liddell, listen, I logged into, or can I come over and use the computers? Of course you can. That's why we're here. We are mitigating disparities by providing access to resources. So come on over. They get on the computer, they log in, and Mr. Jones and guests, this is what they find. Pending review. From applications that have been submitted back since like June, July, August, October, their portal status says pending review.
And that's from 2023?
And I'm going to yield back because I believe that that's a mouthful of where we are with the defect.
Dr. Liddell, was that from 2023 when they put the applications in?
Say that one more time.
Was that in 2023 pending from last year, last June and July?
Mr. Jones, please repeat that question so I can hear it better.
She's asking if that's from 2023.
That's right, 2023. Thank you, ma'am. That's right for pointing that out. We're talking folks who submitted their application on the portal now. It won't be a quick route, a streamlined route. Your application sitting there saying July 2023 pending review. Now we don't know now. We know it's been reviewed because the same person received a letter in the mail saying, we got your application. We need you to send us a photo ID or something like that. So we know that they looked at it and the person submitted the information, got another letter saying it's complete, everything's been sent in, your application, we're now going to review it. Well, that letter only went to that person, yet our foundation and other foundations like our nonprofit help some folks to be able to read that information because not all of our people are literate, okay? So to be able to fill out those applications, and we added our name to the application. At the bottom, it asked them to sign off on, do you give this person permission to talk about your application? Who helped you with this application? So we're all over the application, and yet cricket. We did not, and I would venture to say probably no other entity that helped folks to fill out the application didn't receive notification. So now let's think about that. The same folks who were illiterate or could not read well enough to fill out the application receive a letter in the mail from the USDA saying we got the application. If they couldn't read well enough to fill it out, do you think they read well enough to understand that letter? So I know about the letter because the farmers brought the letter up. So I was stunned that the USDA didn't think to copy the folks that helped to complete the application. I'm more stunned that this tax webinar It's very important webinar. It's not being broadcast all over the place, but it's right here on the website. Not everybody has access to internet. And if they do, some of them have access to unreliable or very limited access.
Dr. Liddell, we don't have enough time. That seems like an investigation need to be going on. Again, it's keeping our people in silence about the help that's out there.
Hang on, Ms. Jackson. As we move forward, and when you get old like me, you get grouchy and gripey, right?
Mhm.
So you don't want to talk about a whole lot of things. One of the things that we're doing as we move forward, we are beginning to establish committees for certain things in the community. Integrity committee is being established, and we're starting out with 3 to 5 members. Dr. Liddell will be part of the training. Dr. Henderson will be one of our trainers. And we want these committees to do what they're supposed to do. They're going to be operating independently. They'll be set up by the citizens. And then we're going to begin to look at the different issues that exist in the African American community. And if it requires for an investigation, we're going to refer it over to the people that do that. All right. If it requires a lawsuit, then we're going to hire a lawyer.
There you go.
You know, but I'm at the point now in life to where conversations about nonsense should be not happening, right? This is the third time, number 1, 2, 3, third time that our government have given us the impression that they want to get money to Black farmers. I'm going to say this real quick and we're going to get out. I think all 3 of us here may have been involved in money from the government during the COVID, right?
Yes.
Did you receive money?
A stimulus check.
Did you receive a stimulus check?
Yes.
How did you get it? Did you go apply?
No, I did not.
Did you get on the computer and log in? Did you get a tracking number?
No. No, I did not.
Dr. Liddell, did you by some chance receive a stimulus check, maybe? Okay. All right. But I wasn't into making too much. So I received 2 stimulus checks, 2 different times. And I woke up, Dr. Liddell, and woke up. And I asked my wife, and I didn't get it, but I said, did we? And she said, oh, yeah. Now, the fact that I'd never seen it wasn't on the government, right? That was dealing with. Okay, but my point is, if this government wants to get money to Black farmers, they know they can use the same process that they use with the stimulus check.
A lot quicker. It shouldn't take a whole year.
Now, let me say this. For any farmer that's waiting on this check, I'm going to be praying for them, because when the election takes place in November, if the president changes, who's to say that this process is going to continue? All right. My point is, Ms. Jackson, Dr. Liddell, we got a lot of issues going on in our community. But I believe that if you put 3 key components at the table, just 3, I believe that you can begin to solve some things. Dr. Liddell, would you please share with our listeners what those 3 things are?
We first all have to pray, and I just believe that prayer changes things. And secondly, you have to have the right person, people who know what they're talking about, and they're not teachers, and understand the processes. They know how to lead. They're good leaders. You need to put and recruit. And then finally, one thing is funding. How about all of the good solutions, potential solutions, and things that may work, but we don't have the money to begin to put them into motion, then we're stuck. We're stuck with those great ideas and great potential solutions, and no funding, or very good funding. So thank you, Ms. Jackson, for your engagement as well. I just keep on keeping on. Keep on keeping on. A change is gonna come. I believe it, feel it in my bones, that a change is going to come.
Dr. Liddell, the time for your show, tell people how they can log in on YouTube and then also here on what station, Ms. Jackson?
WFQY 9070 AM and WFQY 99.1 FM.
Okay. And then, Dr. Liddell, how they can contact you?
Yes, PTSFoundation.org. They can go there and they'll be able to click on the literacy hours. There's a link that'll take them right to the station, or go right to YouTube. Go find TTS, that's Test Taking Solution, Test Taking Solution Foundation, and YouTube will pull us right up. And you'll be able to join the show, be guests, and all of that wonderful, wonderful activity. And will be happening right here every Tuesday morning at 7 a.m. Again, so Lord, the good Lord allows us to do what we do.
Amen.
And to have the wonderful guests that Mr. Jones, you're most welcome to be a guest, as always. Ms. Jackson, you are as well. To keep our community informed. We must stay informed, everyone. Now I gotta go and come up to speed on this solar farm. Gotta try to see if they're hiring over there, what's going on. So I'm gonna leave y'all. I have to find out what's going on.
As if you need another job.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Dr. Liddell.
People get the job. We'll see if they're hired.
That's it. All right, what radio station, Ms. Jackson?
You can listen to us every day, WFQY 9070 AM and also WFQY 99.1 FM.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you've been listening to Chiii and Chiii. I have an absolutely wonderful morning. Dr. Kentrell Liddell, and we trying to get it worked out here. In the little small station with the big heart, all right? You ready to go back to the best gospel music as we do this idea?
And we want to thank you guys that's on Facebook and also on YouTube for supporting us at WFQY 9070 AM and also WFQY 99.1 FM. And we're out.